From the edges of the unknown, the shadow frequency beckons. Tonight, join Matt as he unravels the enigma of Akhenaten, Egypt's rebel pharaoh. Was he a man of the gods or a pawn of the stars? Step into the static and let the shadows speak.
Welcome, seekers of the unseen, to the shadow frequency. I'm your host, Matt Wilson, and tonight we're tuning in to a mystery that vibrates across millennia. We're diving into the sands of ancient Egypt, into the reign of one of history's most enigmatic pharaohs, Akhenaten. Was he just a revolutionary ruler or something more? Could this heretic king have been touched by forces beyond our world? Perhaps even extraterrestrial? Grab your headphones, dim the lights, and let's step into the shadows together. Let's paint the picture. It's around 1350 BCE, and Egypt is a powerhouse of the ancient world. Pyramids piercing the sky, gods like Ra and Osiris ruling the spiritual landscape. Then comes Akhenaten. This guy just doesn't tweak the system, he flips it upside down. He abandons the old gods, declares that there's only one deity, the Aten, the sun disk, and moves the capital to a brand new city, Amarna. Scholars call him the first monotheist, a visionary. But here on the shadow frequency, we're asking, was there something or someone else guiding him? Something not of this earth? First, let's talk about how Akhenaten looked. If you've seen the statues or reliefs, you know he's not your typical pharaoh. Elongated skull, narrow face, wide hips, thin limbs, almost alien-like compared to the chiseled, godlike depictions of other rulers. Some say it's just artistic style, or maybe a genetic condition like Marfan syndrome. But others, and I, am leaning into this tonight, wondering if his appearance hints at something extraterrestrial. Could his DNA have been tweaked by visitors from the stars? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and they point to his radical ideas as evidence of an otherworldly influence. Then there's the Aten. Akhenaten didn't just worship the sun, he was obsessed with it. His hymns to the Aten talk about its rays reaching down, giving life, almost like a cosmic power source. Now, mainstream historians say it's a poetic metaphor, but what if it's more literal? What if Akhenaten saw something, maybe a craft, a beacon, or even beings descending from the sun? Some researchers tie this to UFO lore, suggesting the Aten was a stand-in for an advanced alien presence. Imagine this, a pharaoh contacted by ETs told to unify Egypt under a single truth. Wild? Sure. Impossible? Not on this show. Let's zoom in on Amarna, Akhenaten's new capital. He builds this city from scratch in the middle of nowhere, and it's abandoned almost as soon as he dies. Why? The official story is political backlash. His priests and successors hated his reforms. But there's a weirder angle. Some speculate Amarna was a testing ground, an extraterrestrial experiment. Think about it. A controlled society, a single ideology, a leader with an unusual physique. Was Akhenaten a puppet for an alien agenda, setting up a prototype civilization? And when he died or was taken, the project got scrapped? The ruins of Amarna still sit there silent, like they're waiting for someone to come back. Now, the ancient texts don't outright say aliens landed in Egypt, but there are breadcrumbs. The Amarna letters, diplomatic correspondences from his reign, mention strange events, unusual visitors, and gifts that don't quite match known cultures. And then there's the hymn to the Aten, which Akhenaten supposedly wrote himself. Lines like, "You rise in the horizon of the east, filling every land with your beauty." Could that be a craft breaking the atmosphere? Okay, maybe I'm stretching, but this is the shadow frequency. We don't dismiss the shadows, we explore them. Here's where it gets creepier. Akhenaten's wife, Nefertiti, and their kids, like Tutankhamun, also show odd traits. Tut's tomb, when they found it, revealed a skull that's unusually elongated. Coincidence? Maybe, but some fringe theorists argue that this royal family wasn't fully human. They tie it to stories of star children, hybrids born from alien and human unions. And when Akhenaten's reign ends, his successors try to erase him from history. Were they covering up a cosmic secret? Did the old priesthood know something we don't? Fast forward to today. People like Eric von Däniken, he's the Chariots of the Gods guy, have long argued Akhenaten fits the ancient astronaut mold. They say his sudden shift to monotheism, his physical oddities, and the Amarna project scream outside influence. Skeptics counter that it's all explainable. Religion evolves, art changes, genetics glitch. But here's my question. Why does Akhenaten feel so alien to us even now? Why does his story hum at a frequency that doesn't quite fit the human narrative? Okay, let's open the floor. I want to hear from you, the Shadow Frequency listeners. Have you come across any weird theories about Akhenaten? Maybe you've seen something in the art, the text, or even a dream that makes you think, yeah, this guy was tapped into something cosmic. Well, drop me a message in the comments. Last week, listener Sarah from Oregon sent in a theory about the pyramids being alien signal towers. Love that energy, Sarah. Keep it coming. Now, I'll play devil's advocate for a second. Maybe Akhenaten was just a guy, a brilliant, eccentric guy who wanted to shake things up. No aliens, no starships, just human ambition. But even then, his story feels too big, too strange. The more I dig, the more I wonder. What if we're missing the signal because we're not tuned in to the right frequency? What if Akhenaten's legacy isn't just in the sand, but in the stars? So where does this leave us? Akhenaten could have been a visionary, a madman, or my favorite, a bridge between Earth and something beyond. His reign was short, about 17 years, but it left echoes we're still trying to decode. Was he chosen by extraterrestrials to plant a seed? Did he see something in the desert sky that changed everything? We may never know for sure, but that's the beauty of the shadow frequency. It's the space where questions live, where the impossible gets a voice. Before we fade out, let's linger on this. Akhenaten's name means effective for the Aten. Effective for what? Maybe one day we'll pick up the signal he left behind. Until then, keep your eyes on the horizon and your ears tuned to the shadows. That's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for joining me on the Shadow Frequency. If you enjoyed this dive into Akhenaten's extraterrestrial connection, subscribe and like wherever you listen at. And, leave us a comment or two. It helps keep the signal strong. Next time, we'll explore another weird topic. You won't want to miss it, I'm sure. I'm Matt Wilson signing off. Stay curious, stay awake, and keep listening to the shadows.
You've walked the frequency with Matt Wilson, and the shadows have whispered their secrets. The tale of Akhenaten fades, but the questions linger. Return next time to the Shadow Frequency, where the unseen finds its voice. Until then, listen closely. The darkness hums.